All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another day in the markets. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd. And yesterday, Tesla attempted a breakout from a large cup and handle pattern. It seems like it actually worked. We'll just have to see exactly. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Bitcoin Cash XLM was last night. Was looking really good. Nice extension this morning. Very nice. Let's check out the long-term leaders list. This is a newer list for IBD. Match.com doing great at the long-term turnaround line. Friday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Monday here. Tuesday, we're right around the open. So Match looking like it wants to continue up, as the whole market generally looks like it wants to continue up. Let's take a look at the SPY, which is maintaining in this area, looking a little bit fuddy for a little bit, but look at the closes here. Very nice closes. Although this candle is, this is yesterday's candle. Okay, I'm used to looking at the future. So yeah, so 3 out of 4 closes, peak closes here. Higher lows, pretty much abounding. 200-day moving average being crossed. That's going to be a big plus in a lot of investors' eyes. Restoration Hardware. Holy crap. Wow. Oh. Wow. What was my close on RH? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, raised to 270 from 135 at JP Morgan. So this thing jumping basically 8%. Wow. I closed that RH call out way too soon. It's June 5th too. I closed it out because I'm like, what can it do in a week? And then here it is, jumping like 15%. So the 152.50 would have been like 75. That'd have been another 300%. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. Very nice. Tesla nice and flat. AMD flat. Light flat. Okta. Man, launched into highs yesterday. Looks like, I guess good earnings. Looks like, oh yeah, they're expected to lose 48 cents. They only lost 7 cents. Guess they like that. Mongodb gonna launch up too? Nope. Still working its way higher. Market's open right now. There's RH up a full 10%. Wow. I had a 95 call or 152.50 call. I sold it at 52. It's at 85. And I think I bought it at like 12 or something like that. That was awesome. That's awesome. Oh, crazy. UAL up 2%. Match doing fine. Mongodb doing good. Market taking a little red turn here. Nothing crazy. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Yeah, work with a nice run. Dude, you see what RH? Look at Restoration Hardware. That's the one I closed it out kind of down here, and it's launched. Thing's insane. It's a pretty good market right now, Ellie. I mean, there's not too much that's not working. There's a few stocks that are AMD still basing. I think this one's going to have a move at some point with this large cup and handle there. Obviously, Tesla yesterday had a big day. Kind of breaking out of its whoops. Yeah, Tesla breaking out of its larger cup and handle on the weekly chart right there. Volume is a little bit benign, but still pretty good. There's a pocket pivot. So that was good. UEL's up a little bit today. Yeah, not doing too bad. Kind of a smallish little cup right there. Yeah, that's doing good. Yeah, overall not bad. Even our buddy IVR is looking like it wants to, no lower low yet, which is good. It's the kind of our eyeball into the REIT sector, which is still pretty broken down. Looks like AMD coming in a little hard this morning. And coming in for a landing. Space. Yeah, still not that stable. But yeah, Restoration Hardware is the winner on the day so far. AAXN's been kind of on fire too. Yesterday it was up huge. Not even sure what the news was. Yeah, that had a great day. It's like Tilray is still kind of maintaining up here. These MJ stocks are not falling apart, which is intriguing. Volume declining here, which is pretty nice. Like to see that as it's getting up and kind of just chopping around. I don't mind that. Soxel had a day yesterday too. Well, didn't have a day, but it's tightening up in this, which I think is good. Hopefully that'll lead to a larger move. We're kind of oscillating up and down. Now we're kind of tight. I'm hoping that's going to lead to something. Hard to say exactly, but because it's an ETF. But I hope that's going to lead to another little upside rally. Most of the market's rallying here. Chips are a little bit behind though, for whatever reason. AMD, Intel. Yeah, they're just lagging a little bit here. Micron's in there, Qualcomm's in there. So Qualcomm looks a lot like the actual Soxel chart itself. Kind of nice sideways action here. Sox is up a little bit more, but yeah, RH, man. Go RH. Yeah, UAL, man. Hopefully we're gonna start going up here in a relatively quicker fashion. That would really bode well for the stock for the rest of the year, I think. A move out of this whole low area. RWLK? No, haven't. You don't follow that one. RWLK. Oops. Rewalk Robotics? No, I never heard of that one. Oh, yeah, he may. Maybe on his radar. What's going on here? Positive preliminary coding decision from Center's coding decision? They're going to get like a medical code number so they can be put in their databases or something? Rewalk exoskeleton. What's that? Oh, that's kind of cool. Rewalk exoskeleton. Hey, morning, Rob. More than walking. Wow, what is this? Huh. Can I get this just if I want to? Because, walking with my legs is just, it just seems messy. I wonder how big the market is for this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Stair function not available. Huh. Do they have any competitors? Okay, so that's kind of neat. They get an FDA approval. It looks like they've been at it a long time. You say, oh yeah, you mean to lots of competitors, you mean? All right, Soxel up a little bit today. That's good. Come on, Soxel. You're ready to go, baby. I know it. That 10-day moving average support is strong in this one. Well, you think Boston Robotics would have tried to been all over that? Yeah, NIO. Yeah, I had a good day yesterday. Yeah, my little option is doing pretty good. If I should add to it. Yeah, but they've got the whole walking thing down. They could probably break a little sub team off and just, here, guys, why don't you knock this out of the park in like a month, and they'll go and they'll just make people walk. It seems they can make a 700-pound robot walk. They can make some overweight douchebag get up off his butt. That's true. That's true. Well, actually, if you watch all the movies, the guys that make the robots are usually the first ones to die because they underestimate the programming of the robots. So maybe they should diversify. I think they should diversify into some additional strategies there. Yeah, I think that would be prudent. They can't rebel. Hey, what's up, Christina? Genus? Oh wow, that is one hell of a run. Oh, that was a crazy red day right there. What the hell was going on there? Wow. That's so hard to deal with. I mean, the run post that's been pretty good. What does Genus do? One good sign though is they're blowing past their secondary offering price of 150. Where's it at? Yeah, right there. 20 million share offering price at 150 a share, and we're at like $3 a share. So that's actually really good. From a secondary offering perspective, that's strong. No idea what Genus does, but still pretty strong. Yeah, Rob lives on Fidelity. He gets most of it from there. All right, today's shit stock of the month day. Oh, children's media company, huh? Man, one thing about those kids that I know for a fact, they like to suck their face to a screen and never let it go. Kind of like adults with alcohol. Why are they getting so, are they getting a thing on Netflix or something? Amazon a little bit. Why is they... That's a huge run for... Companies had little glimpses of hope, but really nothing too much yet. Except, hey, this time around they're pretty deep in a run here. Distribution, licensing. That looks familiar. Baby Genius. Llama Llama. Rainbow Rangers. That is not for adults. Secret Millionaires Club. What is that? Oh, it's the Warren Buffett one. That's on at my mom's house sometimes when my kids are over. This one too. They're on some some of those third grade TV networks that you see every once in a while. Yeah, teaching financial responsibility. Get out of here. Yeah, NIO. Yeah, NIO had a pretty good couple days. Some really good pocket pivots. 3 right there. 3 pocket pivots right there. We'll see how today ends up. Volume's pretty good so far this morning. Nice expansion up. Oh, why Tesla popped? I don't remember if I saw a headline. I was busy driving my butt off. Oh, actually, I don't know if I told you guys why I had the day off yesterday. I drove down to Yuma, which is about I don't know, 300 miles away or something like that. And I took a Tesla down there. Took a Model 3 with the autonomous driving. It's pretty cool. It was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's about actually it was like 180 miles one way now that I think about it. No, I actually rented it. I didn't buy one yet. I rented it. It was like $200. Some dude. They don't it's weird. Enterprise Rent-A-Car, those companies don't have Teslas. It's so strange. It was just some guy that owned a Tesla. And then I rented it from him. Through a site called Turo, which sucks ass. The site is horrible, but I was able to find the car I wanted. And the guy was really nice. The guy was good. The website sucked, though. Really bad. The prices kept changing every time I would change the time for the reservation. And there was additional fees. A pain in the ass. Hard to rent a car and try to tell them where to charge it. Probably kind of messy. For me, it wasn't messy. I mean, you're getting a Tesla. You go to a supercharging station. There's actually quite a few along the way. I was surprised. On the way to Yuma, which would also be on the way to San Diego, there's about 4 charging stations, which is pretty good. Although I get the feeling if you're a Tesla owner, you just get used to sitting in your car for about 20 minutes as it charges. Because pretty much half the people at those superchargers were doing that. All right, so everything's coming down a little bit. We got the market down a little bit too. Nothing crazy, but kind of a breakout level here on the NASDAQ that we're finding some resistance at. So the trip was 180 miles one way, and I charged once. I didn't have a full charge leaving, and so I had to charge once. I basically left with a half tank, which no one ever really does that. You don't leave on a half tank, but there's not really a great supercharger really close to my house, so we just chose to charge at the midway point. And actually, Tesla's navigation is really good because it it has a trip, like a Google Maps feature. You put your trip in, and then it tells you about superchargers along your trip's route. It's awesome. I should have taken some pictures. I didn't take any, which is unlike me. Anyway, so I typed in Yuma, and it said, okay, you need to stop at Gila Bend. It's going to be 88 miles. You'll have 15% charge left, and you'll get there at whatever time it was. So it's pretty cool. No, Rob, I can't. It's not a safe space. It's not a safe space. No, but it was really neat because it usually in a car, like, what's Yuma, like 180, 200 miles? I got like what, 5/8 of a tank, so I get about 300. So I should get about 170 miles. So yeah, we probably should stop somewhere. That's basically how driving usually goes. But in the Tesla, you actually type in the address and it gives you the actual numbers, which is pretty cool. And in Arizona on a day where it was like 105, which isn't that bad to be honest with you, still hot, but the car was pretty much cold the entire time. I don't know how they did that, but it's pretty much cold the entire time. Awesome car, yeah. If I was a little less fiscally responsible, I would definitely be buying one. Auto Home. Look at Auto Home. Long-term turnaround play right here. Maybe. Ooh, maybe. You got to run right there. That's not a bad one. Let's take a look at Auto Home. We haven't seen too many things that are... I think we looked at this one already, though, on IBD. Oh, the first year? That's a ballsy move. Yeah, I like the Model 3. Yeah, I liked it. Really did. Yeah, man. Once they get... So, we did a little bit of self-driving, but it was only within the lane. It wouldn't switch lanes or anything. And there was some... We were on the freeway, and there was some construction, and they had a concrete barrier on the left side. And that car got really close to that concrete barrier. Like less than a foot. Maybe a little over a foot. You know, some things seem distance-wise weird in the car, but it got super close. And there's a little bit of tire debris in the road that it was in another lane, but there's a little bit in our, and I don't even know if it spotted it. So I don't know if auto driving, I'm not sure the status of it. I don't think it's that. I don't know. I'm not sure that's going to work out. I mean, it stayed in the lanes well, accelerated well, broke well. A little bit aggressive, but that's fine for me. Yeah, Space did take a dip. Space did take a dip. It's just, it's too immature as a business, I think, for it to get all the institutional sponsorship that it wants. Cybertruck. You know what? The Cybertruck these days would do you good if you want to go to Starbucks. That is true. That's definitely true. So Auto Home, number 9 in this industry group where Matchbook and Match and Facebook rule car gurus. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like they beat earnings. Looks like yesterday. Okay. So Auto Home looks like it may be on the cusp of something, but it's good volume this morning. Look at this nice sideways action here. A firm breakout of this level. You can take a measured move, and it went from 60 to 80, so maybe 80 to 100, which would be up here, and then hopefully beyond to the trend line. Yeah, we'll look at AMD in a second. I mean, longer term, I think AMD is in a bigger base and it's likely to go much higher, is the short answer to that. And that's not spectacular for Auto Home. So never mind. It'd be pretty easy to move on to AMD then. Yeah, so I'm not. I actually like AMD. I think it's. I mean, fundamentally, it's an excellent company. Even technically, you're still in this cup and handle. The handle's getting a little bit long, but I don't think there's anything too wrong with it as long as it stays within the range here. It's going to curl up at some point, likely. Especially as the market isn't breaking down yet. We're not seeing any major distribution signs, so I think the bulls are still with us. Generally, most stocks should be trending up at this stage. The market is kind of showing what they don't like. They're still a little bit trepidatious on some of these more beaten down ones from COVID, Las Vegas Sands. The airlines still aren't fully broken up yet. You got UAL, which is attempting. Spirit or Love, which is not Spirit Airlines, that's the other one. Southwest here. This is your better looking one. That's because they have a lot of cash. They have like 18 months of runway. And then, some of the other ones aren't faring so well. American Airlines is actually pretty indebted, so they may run more of a risk of going under, which is why I think some of these airlines aren't popping back yet. But I mean, they're happy with AMD. Nice rally right back up towards highs. Now they're just consolidating for a bit. So there you go, Rob. Yeah. That was a subliminal joke. I didn't even realize I did it, but that was a good one. I mean, that's a nice confidence day. Ideally, that doesn't get undercut. That's the best case scenario right there, because it's essentially a double bottom with that prior low there. So far we have a lower high. Since that, we don't have any higher highs, but we'll see how it goes. Could be, Rob. Yeah, I didn't even get it, though. I said it and I didn't even get it. I didn't even know I said it. I was like, wow, that's a phenomenal joke. Yeah, right, blockchain up 20% as Bitcoin kind of starts getting life again. BTC broke out. BTC broke out, and you can see here the GBTC. Look at the volume this morning. Quite a bit of volume this morning. So Bitcoin may be on the next leg of its run up. It's had a nice base here, and it's behaving really nicely. Very stable overnight. That's basically the Bitcoin chart too. Pretty stable. Yeah, GBTC is weird though. It's like you think it would be some ratio of dollar to Bitcoin, but it's not, because this is 1236, and Bitcoin itself hasn't rallied, I don't think, 3% today. Yeah, it's been flat since overnight. So they rallied it overnight here, and they rallied it in the morning just because they can't get any volume here. So they're buying the volume in the open. So right now we stalled right at that prior peak on BTC. So if you end up breaking out from that, this will start going up here too. But yeah, GBTC in a good spot right now. Not too bad. So check out the actionable list. Mongodb, Match.com. RH. Finally, some selling pressure. That's when I should have sold. Been selling a little bit too early lately. Mongodb still doing really nice on its long-term turnaround breakout. Right there. Boom. Right out of there. Beautiful move. Love those long-term turnarounds. Let's go. Actually, speaking of which, I think I added a couple more to the long-term turnaround list. I know a lot of them are still working. RH is 2 attempts at that. Yeah, RH is selling off this morning, though, it looks like. The run may be over. AAXN. That one already broke up. What the hell? Close my damn blinds again. Sorry. Auto Home here. Yeah, this one with a long-term turnaround here. Kind of like two of them in a row. So, and I'm not sure why I priced the only option for Auto Home is out to December 10th, which I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if this thing's getting up to here by December 10th, and it's not that much of a thing. Square long-term turnaround play. Ooh, actually playing with it right now. Square playing with a long-term turnaround trend line right there. Let's look at what PayPal's doing. PayPal, good. PayPal, good. It was falling apart for a minute there and came right back. So maybe Square is going to have a run here as well. A little bit of work to do there with some analysis, I think. But EVR will not render. Align. So I don't think so, Rob. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Align, potential for long-term turnaround. It's getting a little bit long in its base. Yeah, actually, someone used to pay me through Zeal. Familiar with it. PNFP, this is way down there, but long-term turnaround play, bigger picture up there. Match.com, we talked about this one today, breaking through long-term turnaround trend line entry point. Alibaba has already broken up, but looks like there's a smaller consolidation that's trying to break up through here again for the second time. There's a nice big volume day right there. Not quite a pocket pivot, but not bad. This is 5 networks. I don't think it's 5 below. Could be 5 below. I don't remember. Goose, that one's not very good. Package, PKG, long-term turnaround play there. This is a pretty good company, actually. Mongodb already well up. We know about that one. Skyworks, horizontal trend line break here. Another attempt, but already failed once. AMN, need that weekly chart to know what the heck's going on here. There we go. All right, so tried it once at the beginning of the year, and then COVID killed it. Okay, still dead. Biogen, not really interested in that choppy action. Domino's Pizza already went. DocuSign already went. This is an older one. Look at that in that longer term turnaround play right there. Kachoom! Up $100. You want $100? You get $100. Domino's Pizza. Constellation Brands still working on that one. Actually, it's still working. PFPT with a horizontal trend line right here. That one could break up at some point. San Francisco reopening June 15th. Okay. Yeah, we actually went to 2 restaurants in Yuma. I don't know what their patronage is usually like. They were a little bit thin. Of course, we were there like Sunday night and Monday mid-afternoon, so it isn't like there's big food rushes at that moment in time. But Amazon long-term turnaround play here. That one already broke out. NIO just took off. Nice. We'll look at that in a second. I actually just added to my NIO position earlier. Like it's too small if it's working, and so I added to it. ABMD, really, this is not an ideal long-term turnaround play, but it's working out of the trend line, so that's a tough one. Fortinet, that's another one that already broke out, and then Okta broke out, and Court still to break out. So really, there's only a couple of these that are actionable in the moment. MongoDB is a little bit extended. Yeah, so that's extended. You can't do anything with that one. Maybe Constellation Brands will run into the trend line because this seems to be a bullet point for it. This is alcohol, which should be having pretty good earnings, you would assume. And then where's the other one? Yeah, Square. Rob mentioned it, or Ellie mentioned it. Yeah, so Square. I don't mind this right here at all. I don't have a good place for it to go to. To Ellie's point about Square focusing on small businesses that are maybe out of business, Well, the market doesn't seem to mind it. So there's financial analysts that work for the institutions that have that job, and so far it's slowly breaking. Looks like it's trying right now to break above those prior highs. And volume today is really good, so I think it's probably time to get in from what it looks like right here. Let me see if there's a trade on the table, at least for me. But I mean, nice consolidations. Volume's been declining up here in this tight base. So yeah, I'm not mad at Square at all. Looks like a breakout from 101. I think if that happens, that's going to be a nice launch pad for Square. Yeah, what's it? I think Kramer right now is walking the line between a stock guy and a guy and someone that's on TV and wants people to like him for his brand. So I'm not saying he's heartless. I think Jim Cramer's a guy that tries to do the right thing. But how's the market supposed to react to riots that they're not even that bad? I mean, okay, let me walk that back for a second. I haven't been to any of the riot zones or anything like that. I understand some stores are getting looted, but these ain't the Watts riots. These are not the Watts riots. It is a little bit more widespread than the Watts riots, though. So, yeah. In all honesty, Ellie, I'm not fully plugged into the situation, so maybe I overstepped or misspoke, but yeah, I remember the Watts riots when that happened. That was huge. That like closed Watts down. We're talking. It wasn't just a shop here and there. It was just mass destruction. It's pretty bad. The sad thing is it's the same damn issue, you know. Well, I don't think the Watts riots was Rodney King. Maybe it was. I don't remember exactly the timelines. I think there was some riots outside of Rodney King, and then there was the Rodney King riots where Reginald Denny got pulled out of his truck and beat. I'm not sure if they're the same riots though, but the same problem. That's the problem. Is it's the same problem. That's bullshit. Yeah, Square's not bad. Let's take a look at Square for a sec. Yeah. And let's look at NIO for a second. Yep. Nice. Yeah, nice. I like this as a turnaround little consolidation play right there. Not sure if I have this. I think we put NIO on the actionable list, didn't we? Yeah, it's leading right now. That's a good move right there. Load on penny stocks. Oh no, well let me introduce Rob, who has a monopoly on penny stocks. Payment startup Marqeta raises 150 million, hits 4.3 billion valuation. Are they public? If they're not public, I don't care. Then back to UAL, which is right there. Yeah, let's dig down a little bit in UAL because I mean I think it's what were you talking about it? Judging from volume signature, do you think UAL is a good place to buy before summer travel season opens? Yeah, the volume signature on UAL is interesting. I mean, I like it. I have a rather large position in UAL from I guess lower. When did I buy that? 518. So yeah, I guess it was lower. So yeah, I've got it from down here. So it's a little different. Yeah, buying up here, I mean, the volume is pretty good. So there's a bottoming day on a slightly elevated volume there. There's also a bit of a topping day here, and then a great pocket pivot. That's a beautiful that's actually even another pocket pivot. It didn't really close too bad. Definitely have a sell-off component, but I'm not mad at UAL. I think the time horizon is a little bit uncertain. I do think by the end of the year, though, people will. I mean, especially with all this rioting happening and protesting, obviously people are less concerned about COVID or just more pissed about the incident. But like at least in Arizona, when I've been out and about lately, I'm seeing 75% fewer masks, period. I also see a few less people around, so I think some people are still well, I'm just thinking travel, Ellie, is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking travel and the public consciousness around kind of the herd mentality, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, what does the herd think about traveling right now? I don't have a great answer to that. But I think that's the question that needs to be answered before you can start, trying to get a real timeline. But from a stock perspective, I think the volume, I mean, look at the crazy volume, man. Look at this thing. Our bottom candle was super high volume, right? Let's look at this thing from an auto perspective. Look at this. Look how crazy high our volume was right here. Like, that is, our average volume was 2 million, and we had a day of 35 million shares. So just insane. 17 times average volume. 17 times. If I could just trade volume here, I'd be a millionaire. Like, can I just get a call on just volume? I don't care what direction it goes. I just want elevated volume. And then look at what we got over here. Makes that stuff look like the other volume. 88 million shares. I mean, I don't know. Like, what's the float on this? It's ridiculous. Let's fin visit. But the volume is just insane. We need that volume to kind of subside and get back to normal for a little bit here. So, okay, so 289 million shares. I mean, yeah, I guess it can handle it if it's 289 million shares. But still, there's a lot of shares trading hands, and we're not going any lower, which is good. And I don't see any major reason why they would go lower. But once travelers start coming back, Ellie, I mean, we've been talking about airlines now for a few weeks. We took a move lower. Now we're a little bit higher. Hopefully, we could just continue higher from here at some clip. If this is the clip, that'd be great, because I think that's my option. Yeah, let's just follow this trend line right up here, guys. Let's just walk that right on up there, and I'll take my several 100%. It is close to the base. The question is the timeline, right? That's the question, is the timeline. But I mean, all in all, I still think it's good. I wish volume would decline finally, because you still have big players fudding around with it down here, which is a little bit concerning. Yes, exactly. Let's see if my very arbitrary trend line gives support. It's happened in the past. I can't say it's a rare occurrence that happens, actually, but pretty good. How's Trade Desk doing? Trade Desk stuck in its little cup and handle. Looks like attempting to break out of the channel. Not a lot of volume here yet. I don't know. We'll see if we get said volume or not. NIO 10%. RH AAXN doing good. So yeah, not too big of a day today. Got RH up on a big upgrade. NIO up because I guess of earnings and they like it, I guess. It didn't really break down. Volume pretty good. Several pocket pivots in here as well. Mentioned there's three pocket pivots in NIO here, and it a kind of an IPO long-term turnaround breakout too. Look at that. That's about almost a 2-year decline for NIO, breaking this trend line right now. So I haven't really seen any of these. Maybe Twitter would be. Twitter may suffice for. So you got. That would be Twitter's long-term turnaround trend line right there. Twitter kind of started out. I guess it did break out, and then it just died. So it did break out, then it died, crossed the trend line. Looks like it went sideways for a few months, and then it started curling up like madman. Went from 20 to 50, which is really good. That's another one. Didn't Uber start out low? I think it's still low, isn't it? Yep, it is. What's Lyft doing? Speaking of Uber. Learn to type. Gma? What's Gma? Oh, that's interesting, Rob. Are they publicly traded? Do they have a stock symbol? I think I asked you that before, but I don't think you answered. Yeah, I don't know if they are. Lyft actually is still under. If it had an IPO turnaround trend line, it's still under it. I think that one would suffice as well. So good, Gma. Buy or sell Marquita via is Equity Zen Fund? What is that? Is that one of those public crowdfunding source things? There's going to be a couple good ones that come out of there. Obviously, it's hard to figure out which one. Yeah, I mean, some IPOs could be good, but it's still pretty risky. All right, Gma, Jima, JMIA. Sorry, text is a little bit slow. What is this thing? Just buy XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now announcing the pre-IPO of my company that I'm going to be seeking investments for. So this is good. So you're going to IPO this to you before I IPO it to a pre-IPO company. Then we'll go IPO, and only selling for $24,000 for a 3% block, which is pretty good. Considering. I heard people tell me it's a great investment. Jamia. What's Jamia? Is this another penny stock? It better be a penny stock. 183 million market cap. That's basically a penny stock. Close enough. What do they do again? Internet retail in Germany. African e-commerce giant Jamia cut cost hopes for lockdown boost. Hopes for lockdown. See, that's a fantastic business model. Oh, that's weird, Rob. Throw it in Slack. Aren't you in Slack yet? Come on, man. Get with the times. All the kids are slacking it. So I like this as a business model, though. Hopes for lockdown boost. That's super. Africa-focused tech startup to go public on the NYSE. Reached market capitalization of $1.5 billion just days after it listed in April, until it's collapsed into the garbage that it is right now. 1.8 million. So I have a feeling they paid for this article. Ah, cool. Yeah, we'll look at it for a minute. I actually spent a little bit of time one day just going through posts. Yeah, one of these places. Yeah. Right, Ellie? All right. What was our annual 2019 revenue? Well, sir, the annual 2019 revenue was $3,000. How much is the article? $2,900. Do it! It'll solve all of our problems. Founded in 2010. Visa is an investor. Weird. Cotu Management? What is that? Oh, that's an investment firm. Okay. I mean, it's got some Marquetta did Envision app. Spark Capital did Envision app. That took off. Well, it's actually got some. It's got some pedigree behind it. There's a lot of venture capital in this business. It's actually not complete garbage. Likely. But from 2010 is 2020. What are you doing 10 years later? God, so many finance companies, man. That's right. That's right, Ellie. Real CEO. That's how CEOs work, man. Take all your revenue and do it on a spoof advertising. Or a advertising article. That's exactly how it works. It's like they blew their advertising wad in 2018 and 2019. They haven't had an article in 8 months. Oakland, California. All right, Ellie, I need you to go to Oakland and do some research. Let's go see if this thing's worth a crap. Probably not. They got 260 million in May of 2019. I'm in the wrong business. That is a lot of runway. Nothing good in Oakland. Not one good company's come from Oakland. The Raiders, I thought, were doing pretty good. Aren't they from Oakland in the past couple of years? All right, let's get back to it. All right, market's slightly green. Slightly green right there. Real funding, real financial. And do what with it? Invest in companies in Oakland? That's Ellie's job, is to find the companies in Oakland. Is Soxel trying to edge its way out of the base? Is it? It's so close to trying. Don't know if it's doing that. Oh, well, see. Well, not. I was talking with my wife on the. Oh, my jokes are horrible. On the way to Yuma yesterday, talk about something going through like a really small town. And I don't know where this came from. There's a sign or something, or another stupid joke I made. But it's like this town said is like, oh, world leader in this one thing. Oh yeah, I think we were going through a town. It was just tons of cows or something like that. And I'm like, oh, world leader in cows. And I go, you know what? If you're a town of any kind, as long as you're the number one in something. Oh, it was Yuma. Yuma is the world capital of the world for lettuce, is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yuma worldwide grows the most lettuce, and they're like super proud of growing lettuce. And it just dawned on me, I'm like, hey, you know what? As long as you're number one in the world, it's something that's good, especially as a town, right? Like, you got to be number one at something. Like, okay, well, I'm from blah, blah, blah. What's your town? Oh, we're from town, blah, blah, blah. We're the number one in the world in prison population. That's right, number one, okay? Can't get over that. Number one. As long as you're number one in something, there you go. That's how I kind of feel about some of these companies. Yeah, right? Lettuce. But when you think about it, there's a ton of lettuce eaten in the U.S. SQ breaking up. Bam! Long-term turnaround play going. How's our volume? Pretty good. Not bad. What are we at? 4.8 million, 15 million average. Yeah, I still didn't see a good play for Square. And not really. It was like 130% going to January, which is a little bit low. And that's going up to 120. You'd have to go past 120 to, make any kind of big splash. I think it's dangerous trying to price it out there. RH, 11%, back towards the highs of the day, at least trying to get towards there. Nice. So, rather large sell-off in the morning, though. Distribution. That's some accumulation. Not too bad. Yeah, Square, if you're just going for raw stock, I think Square's probably pretty good right here, in my opinion. I think you could have some potential on that run right there. I'd like Soxel to make up its mind, and it's got, again, this tight action the past week or so. Not really going down at all. Respect to the 10-day moving average. Right there, perfect. And then it's trying to squeeze up. Just needs some more volume. I actually thought about that too, believe it or not. I could double my UAL position. I've got enough cash at the moment, so. SQ, well, my long-term turnaround strategy says buy it at the break. Buy it at the break right there. And so far, it's working pretty well. Mongodb, also long-term turnaround recently that worked out really nicely here. Wasn't, I guess it was a pocket pivot because we didn't have too many red days, but it was an expansive volume on the breakout. But all right, I think I'm back. Let's see if it stays up. I just had to reset my thing. All right. The highs from February. Isn't it breaking those highs from February right now, though? Get real close there. I just generally like the action here in the handle, too. Doesn't look like a lot on the weekly, but on the daily, it's pretty good. 87.25. You got good volume in it this morning. I mean, we're an hour into the trading session, and we're already over half of Friday's volume. An hour into the trading day, which is pretty good. Pretty good. You could find yourself with another pocket pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'd have to get above 16 million. We'll see if that's in the cards. But I mean, so far today, Square's really good. This is really tight. This is just what Tesla did. Tesla was getting tight, low volume squeeze in here, right there, and then just had that pocket pivot yesterday that rallied it up and through. So not really tremendous breakout volume, unfortunately, for Tesla. That is a flaw. But all in all, I'm not too mad at it. Yeah, I think Square is still within a viable range for longer term. Well, convinced Ellie. Yeah, I just don't know if I like it for what I'm doing. I mean, it's still one of the few things that's in a buyable range right now. There's not too many. VTIQ, look at this thing. They're buying up these electric car companies, man. NIO, VTIQ, Tesla. With as much money that's going into Tesla, if there's a rotation into electric car companies, which is basically what this is, right? And then same with NIO. Like, what other electric car companies are public right now? Let's go find out. Huh? This stock is like Tesla minus the risk. What the fuck? All right, Forbes. What kind of garbage? What risk? The thing just quadrupled, you douchebag. Its future is uncertain. What? How is it uncertain? It's the fucking leading, at this stage, like the leading auto manufacturer, especially for the next several years. These are all Teslas. Oh my God, you are such a piece of garbage. Hey, what's up, Monkeytron? Oh yeah, right? Can't take yes for an answer. Exactly. But I'm like, what? This must be a paid article. I just... Amberley? What do they do? Largest lithium producer. It's just one click. It's just some dude that's good at clickbaiting. That's what you got. So all of that, and you give me that. You give me ALB. Okay, let's look at your ALB. Huh. Yeah, great. Thanks. Stupid face. Who is this idiot? Editor of the Risk Hedge Report. It's just some dude shilling his garbage, stupid report. Wow. Well, at the time, he was right. I was also not advocating buying Tesla after the peak at 960. Oh, his long-term readers is already up 30% on the stock. Wow, this guy's a winner. In my bags of ALB. What garbage is... Oh, my God. Anyone that slams a leading stock is just trying to lead the lambs to slaughter. How the fuck did this guy get on Forbes? Okay, I'm contacting Forbes and I'm just writing an article. And I'm not going to pay for it. I'm sure this guy paid for it, obviously. I don't see anything saying it's a paid article, though. But don't they have to disclose that it's a paid article? stupid. 85. Yeah, right there. Did great. Did super. Congratulations. I guess they don't have to, yeah. Wow. Sorry, yeah, sorry, I got triggered. Talk about a misleading buffoon over here. And talk about how his longtime followers are up 30% on Tesla. What? 30%? The stock did 400%, you idiot. Pisses me off. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, actual electric car companies, not this stupid crap this idiot is talking about. All right, let's see. So we know about NIO. We know about whatever the other one's called. XRP is the next Bitcoin killer. Yeah. Look, I know Bitcoin went from 0 to 20,000, but XRP, come on. It's here. I don't know which argument there would even be. He has an argument about lithium ion. He has an argument, but that's all he's got. Just the argument. Suppliers to the auto industry. Okay. I don't want to invest in suppliers to the auto industry. Aptiva, Delphi, Borg Warner, Magna. Not what I was looking for. What else is there? Got more UAL? Let's just go look at UAL. That's easier. Oh, hi, UAL. Hello. Let's look at some other airlines for a second. Work selling off up here. All right, yeah, didn't even get to the IPO thing. To the IPO high. Not yet, at least. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Slack is way too damn expensive. Just seriously. I think Slack would have, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, Ellie. I mean, you're not advocating to buy Slack, I know that, but like, wouldn't they be a lot more successful if they had like, $50 a month for 100 users or 500 users or something like that? Instead of $5 per month per user just for some stupid chat service? Seems a little bit ridiculous. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Agree with that. I just think about the service overall. It's like, I'm not paying $5 a month. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. AMD not bouncing this morning. Down about 1.12. Nothing too bad. Space leading us lower today. Atlassian looks like stalling at highs. What else we got? NIL looking pretty decent up here still. Hopefully that'll continue. Let me trade desk up. Let's go check out the global watch list. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Google's got that Google Meet thing though. Are they really gonna? I'm not sure. Well, they do have a ton of money, so I guess they could buy anything. I wonder if they never got bought out. That's why they went public. That could be a thing. All right, global watch list. Right, blockchain, 20 restoration hardware, Carvana, NIO. We got most of those on the actionable list already. Carvana with a super deep base right here going on with the pandemic and coming right back. Looks like a large cup and handle base. Also looks like it could be on the way to breaking out at some stage. Yeah, look, I don't remember everything you said about the browser-based problems. It's I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. I did a meeting on it the other day. My kids use it for school too. One uses Zoom. Oh no, I think they both use Google Meet actually. I don't think they either use Zoom. Yeah. I don't know. Hangouts was fine. I don't know why they ditched Hangouts. It's weird. All right, NAO 8%. GNC. Oh, Ruger. Oh, Ruger. Yeah, so this thing had a breakout day yesterday. I forgot about this thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't know why they rebranded it or something. I don't know. Anyway, Ruger. This was an interesting. Um, yeah, this is probably based on all the stuff that's going on out there today. I think I tweeted out Ruger looks like Obama's still in office because the last time this thing ran was the early Obama days. You know, when everyone thought he was going to take all your guns, and then this thing rallied for years. This thing went from apparently negative 14 cents, which I didn't think that was possible, into like $85 in 2013. It's been basing ever since, and now breaking a trend line. Actually, yesterday breaking it today, it's up another 6%. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a trade here for Ruger. It's a little bit extended today. I think it was up pretty big yesterday. Not too bad, about 10%. Today it's up 16% overall, which is pretty extended. But yeah, bigger picture. I don't know, Ruger may be heading its way back up here, but I don't know about getting past 85. We'll see. I don't know much about the business. But I do think that all this stuff going on is probably helping that. FBI data points to gun sales surge due to protests. But I'm not sure if that's a long-term trend or a short-term pop. So, gunmaker Smith & Wesson brands, Vista Outdoor, Ruger, Sturm Ruger, that's weird, and Olin Corp rose in Monday trading session as protests across the nation, as well as Federal Bureau of FBI investigation, points to an increase in consumer demand for guns. Well, we should all be safer. That's a good thing. Vista Outdoor climbed a little bit. Ruger jumped 10%. Smith & Wesson 16% is pretty big. Background checks required to buy firearms administered by the FBI jumped 23% in May compared to the same period last year. Since COVID measures took hold across the states around mid-March, background checks have increased 41% and 25% in March, April. Interesting. People want to buy guns when they're at home. Nationwide protests over the weekend have likely contributed to an increase in gun sales. So it looks like it was already there before the protests, so that's kind of an interesting. I'm not sure what Smith & Wesson's symbol is. What do you mean, Rob? They were busing protesters to my brother's town? They got their butts handed to them when they showed up? Who's busing protesters? Like you hear about loosely about stuff like that, but and then what do you mean butts getting handed to them? SWHC, there you go. Come on, Smith & Wesson. I just want to say hi. Probably won't be long, but just come on. Come on. You can do it. It doesn't like Smith & Wesson. Really, like the public just put them back in the bus? Or they wouldn't get off the bus, more than likely? Or they actually, like, beat them up? Yeah, I don't think anyone minds the protest, but it's the looting and the stuff that goes along with it that is not bueno. RH, man, just holding up here. Damn, look at that move for RH. All the way back up to the highs there. Such a great move for RH. That's what you hope for some of these other ones that are beaten down, is just the same type of movement up. Yeah, I saw some posts on that too. If someone's like piling up bricks, that's some bullshit. And why don't they have video of the person piling the bricks? Like, someone around there is like, why is a person piling what seemed to be like 8 feet of bricks around a telephone pole, you know? You think they'd have video of that? We got video of everything else. It is 2020, for crying out loud. All right, not too mad at the Carvana trade at this stage of the game. Carvana was trying to get started before the COVID thing, and then COVID took it out. Now it's back. Already pretty close to yesterday's volume, and we're only an hour and 15 minutes into the trading day, so that's pretty good. It's still up. It's also up 10%, which is gonna be crazy. NAO pausing a bit too there. EEFT. Whatever this does, I forget. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here in a little bit. So if you guys want me to look at anything else, mention it. NASDAQ looks like it's rolling over, down about 0.5% now. It was up earlier. Now it's back down. YY seems to have found a bottom for the past couple of years right here. So can't say it's going to be back 100%. Could just go sideways, but that's not horrible. BTC taking a dive? How bad? I guess is the question. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely a little Bart right there, huh? XTZ. Cardano just dropped 7%. Never did break out of that little basey thingy it was forming. That could be dangerous. One of my notes that was going to be on the newsletter today was just a lack of volume on this day. It was a good day, but it wasn't really that spectacular. Retest 36. Hope not. Hope it's just a fake out, shake out. We'll see. Yeah, market rolled over a little bit too. AMC trying to get back, but they've been in a bear market for years. You can see on the weekly chart. So I don't know if this is a great place to buy. They were on the same trajectory anyways. VFF and MJ stock still holding up really nicely right there. Well, Rob, I think we already had capitulation. That was the first run back there at 4K. Oh, snap. It's down a little bit more. Let's see if it's going to... Yeah, that's not very good at all. It should be supported here if it's going to get support. If not, it's going to be no bueno. All the other alts, Cardano down 11% right now. That was our leader. Did it get support? Are we going to double BART? I don't know. Bitcoin Cash came back into... See, this was that lack of volume I was referring to. So that's kind of its support area right there. We've seen double BARTs in the past. I'm not sure how likely it is, though, but we did find some support right there. But a break of that would be pretty brutal. Looks like we played with that trend line. Obviously a shorter term trend line. And we back down lower now. And it looks like it's getting back down there. Uno candles too. Bottoming action on the 1 minute. Ooh, not quite. Not quite bottoming action on the 1 minute. Can't say I'm super happy with that. That looks like it's going to drop again. And that would completely blow us apart. That would blow us apart. How's ETH doing? Down 6. We dropping right there on ETH. Is that BTC down 2? And it's right there. Yeah. Unless this can be a really good shakeout right here, but so far this doesn't look like any major bottoming action to me. Would be a great shakeout though if you're a whale. XLM was starting to look a little bit happy too. GBTC is still up. Lagging a little bit there, GBTC? Or is that showing you that maybe this is a fake out? I still don't like the volume signature, even on the 1 minute chart. I still think it looks like it wants another leg lower. Your buy point up here on the way up was right there at 96.26. Oh, there it is. There's GBTC. That's a tough one. Yeah. Gotta love the Barts. Stalled right at our other trend line too, damn it. Come on, BTC. See? Damn volume. Well, it just happened during market hours, Rob. I think that was the main difference here. Usually it follows pretty good. I mean, RSI very overextended on the 15-minute. Two-hour volume. Right about in line with that large candle. This will be intriguing right here, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. I'm already bouncing back up pretty good, though. Not super sold. Of course, Litecoin looks like garbage. Litecoin already undercut. Litecoin can't contain itself. ETH loosely undercut that smaller base area right there. Broadening wedge right here on the chart. And then BTC with, right now it looks like a failure. 8 hours left to go in this one. Obviously, we're going to have an elevated day here. So yeah, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, I don't know. So far, we're happy down here. Like I said, smaller time frames. It looks like doesn't look like it's quite done yet. But if it does reverse back up, like I mentioned, you could use maybe this 92.62 as a potential entry. A couple nice green candles here, though. It's getting up to it. Oh, we just broke through it. Let's see if we're going to keep going. Promising. Promising. Come on. Wow. That's no decision on that one. That's not very good. You'd like it to, I mean, this is a 1 minute chart. Keep that in mind too, right? You'd like it to be decisive, but so far it looks like stalling action. So we're going to stay in the trend or not? You got to be all the way down the 1 minute to even see this thing. Yeah, so far it doesn't look so hot. It's yeah, if we can break above that or on some elevated volume, maybe we can get back. But so far, it looks like it's just stalling, trying to get over on its way down. I got to take a break before I get started for the power hour. So I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, it's crazy to see during the stock show. I don't think it's ever happened before. All in all, market's looking pretty decent, though. I mean, the S&P's down a little bit, but a lot of our leaders are doing pretty good. Restoration Hardware is still doing excellent. Square, that's not Square. That's Square. Square looks still relatively nice here. Our volume's still in a good spot. UAL looks like it's still doing whatever it's doing. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you all tomorrow. And for those of you in crypto, I'll see you a little bit, and we'll see what the result is here of of this barting action. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.